Welcome to Northeast Web Shots. You are watching Daily Evening News Bulletin with me, Sushila Chetri, starting off with the national news. 9 new judges, including 3 women whose appointments to the Supreme Court have been cleared by the centre, are likely to be sworn in on August 31 by Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana. Mumbai police have filed an extortion case against Mumbai Deputy Commissioner of Police, Akbar Pathan, and 2 other cops. One of them arrested for the killing of businessman Mansukh Hiran on a complaint by a man who is an accused in a cheating case. Andhra Pradesh state government has sanctioned ₹10 lakh for each child who lost both the parents due to corona. High positivity rate has made Dakshina Kannada district administration decide not to reopen graduate and postgraduate classes till September 15. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraja S. Bommai on 26 August demanded the centre to extend the GST compensation period to states beyond 2022 for 3 more years. After a meeting with Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, Bommai said he also discussed the GST due to the tune of ₹11,000 crore to be paid to Karnataka in installments. Flights connecting Jamnagar in Gujarat to Bengaluru and Hyderabad inaugurated on 26 June. Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia said the flights on the Jamnagar-Bengaluru route and the Jamnagar-Hyderabad route will be operated under the Udan scheme by the Star Air. The Civil Aviation Ministry has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Adani Group for providing services including customs, immigration and security at the Jaipur, Guwahati and Thiruvananthapuram airports. The Gujarat government on 26 August said it would approach the Supreme Court challenging the stay granted by the High Court on certain sections of the Gujarat Freedom of Religion Amendment Act 2021 that seeks to stop religious conversion through interfaith marriages using force or allurement. Or Minister of State for Home Pradeep Singh Jadeja said, "We are committed to stop the love jihad in the state. This amended act is not a political tool for us. It is meant to ensure that women are not cheated or lured into marriages by changing names or surnames or symbols of Hindu religion." In Himachal Pradesh, people holding banners and placards of Save Kinnaur, no means no, the villagers made it amply clear that they would not allow the coming up of the proposed 804 megawatt Jangi Thopan Hydel project. Himachal in the past months has witnessed scary landslide in which many persons were killed. 1,808 farmers who have been found ineligible under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana have been asked to return the financial aid received by them. The aid amounts to ₹1.88 crore in the district. India's aviation regulator DGCA on 26 August lifted the ban on Boeing 737 MAX planes' commercial flight operations after almost 2.5 years. Now moving on to international news. India could talk with a new government in Afghanistan if it is inclusive and has representation of all sections of the society of Afghanistan. Experts have suggested all diplomatic resources be used to ensure that Afghanistan does not become a hub of anti-Indian activity. Oman to allow entry to Indians from 1 September 2021. The government is committed to full evacuation of Indians from Afghanistan where the situation is critical, External Affairs Minister S. J. Shankar said on Thursday after briefing the leaders at an all-party meet on the Afghan situation. India has sought more clarity from the US on the price fixation, maintenance and transfer of technology in the proposed $3 billion, around ₹22,000 crore deal to acquire 30 armed MQ-9B Predator drones which are designed for long-range precision strikes against hostile targets on land and sea. The DRDO on 25 August said its latest advanced chaff technology to safeguard IAF's fighter jets provides passive jamming against infrared and radar threats. In collaboration with the Pune-based facility of the DRDO, the Defense Laboratory in Jodhpur has developed the advanced chaff material and chaff cartridge. India and Russia have signed defense deals worth $15 billion in the past 3 years with big-ticket purchases such as the S-400 missile system, said Victor N. Kladov, Director for International Cooperation and Regional Policy. Chief of Defense Staff of India, General Bipin Rawat said the Taliban in Afghanistan are the same as they were 20 years ago. We are getting reports of what's happening there, only their partners have changed now. 4-day Malabar war game begins off coast of Guam in Western Pacific. Indian Navy has deployed its stealth frigate INS Shivalik, anti-submarine warfare corvette INS Kadmat, and a fleet of P-8I maritime surveillance aircraft in the 25th edition of the mega exercise. India on 26 August strongly condemned the deadly bomb explosions near the Kabul airport and said the attacks reinforced the need for the world to stand unitedly against terrorism. The Taliban is not allowing 140 Afghan Hindus and Sikhs to visit India on the occasion of the 400th birth anniversary of Sikh Guru Tegh Bahadur, Delhi-based think tank Indian World Forum claimed on 26 August. The high-voltage Malabar exercise featuring the navies of all 4 Quad countries, India, the US, Australia and Japan began on 26 August. Now moving further to world news. The Taliban has been showing off its own special forces on social media, soldiers in new uniforms equipped with looted American equipment who contrast sharply with the image of the usual Afghan insurgent. The Pentagon on 26 August confirmed 2 explosions in Kabul, which resulted in the deaths of scores of people, including at least 12 US Marine servicemen. The first blast was reported at the Abbey Gate, while the second one was near the Baron Hotel. Thousands of people have gathered to try to flee the country on Western airlift since the Taliban seized power earlier this month. An ISIS suicide bomber was responsible for the explosion outside the Kabul airport. According to a local reporter, a suicide attacker blew himself up in the middle of a large crowd at the airport. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres condemned the terror attack near Hamid Karzai International Airport and expressed his support for the victims of the blast. America's Vice President Kamala Harris met top Vietnamese leaders during a trip across South Asia. She offered the state's support to Vietnam in their bid to counter China's increasing presence in the South China Sea. Now moving further to sports news. Tokyo Paralympics 2020, Indian paddler Bhavinaben Patel progressed to the round of 16 in the women's singles Class 4 table tennis event with a hard-fought 3-1 victory over Great Britain's Megan Shackleton at the Tokyo Paralympics. Swimmer Suyas Jadhav will miss Friday's 200-meter individual medley SM7 event in the Paralympic Games as he is suffering from cold and sore throat. His COVID-19 test report is however negative. The Indian contingent has sent its largest contingent yet, with 54 Paralympic athletes contesting in 9 sports across the competition. England vs India 2021 third test. India 78, England 423 by 8, 129.0. On day 2, England lead India by 345 runs with 2 wickets remaining. Bhavani Devi, born on 27 August 1993, is an Indian sabre fencer. COVID update national. India recorded more than 40,000 fresh COVID-19 cases, while its active caseload is now more than 4 lakh today, according to Union Health Ministry data. India recorded 41,649 new coronavirus infections that pushed its tally of COVID-19 cases to 3,16,13,993, while the number of deaths climbed to 4,23,810. With 593 deaths in the last 24 hours, the data updated at 8 am showed. The active cases have increased to 4,08,920 and comprise 1.29% of the total infections. The national COVID-19 recovery rate is 97.37%, it stated. So this was it for today. For more updates, keep watching.